There's no more stores. No more stores. We have the defense drone. So you know what? I think we go to the store, and if they have a drone control system, we buy it. That's kind of what I'm hoping for. They do have a drone control system, and it does come with a defense drone, so we just buy it. Yes, it's a final system slot, but I think we're fine, you know, otherwise. Buy 1 fuel and 1 repair point. And now we have missile defense, which is very nice. We have the ability to shoot down hacking drones, boarding drones. I will approach the station. They do have a drone control system of their own, but with only a single ion weapon and a single laser, I think we're fine. And I think I correctly identified this as not a burst laser Mark III this time, but okay. Getting missile defense is very important. It's been a cause of a lot of our damage so far, except for that halberd beam incident. All right, chain laser can go in. We got to take down their shields first, so that the heavy pierce can just work on its own, basically. Fire's going out, as always. Might as well use a backup battery and get some more dodge chance. Actually, no. Counter that. Might as well get rid of our dodge chance so that the lasers always hit, and we get a better training. No, because the ion's gonna hit and it's just gonna ionize the room. I don't know. Just gonna leave it as it is. Because I want the lasers to hit so that Varnus can get training, but if the system's ionized, he can't get training. So it's kind of a weird situation. All right, that is breached. Not gonna get repaired ever again. And they're dead because they had no dodge chance. We are going to just hack into the station and delay the fleet by 1 jump. The other event that can happen there is you can screw up the hack and the rebel ship can approach even faster. We got a little bit lucky with that working. Delayed them by 1 jump so we can go to 1 more beacon. And there is nothing at that beacon, so I feel good about that. Sun. We can deal with suns. We have plenty of crew members to put out fires. That's a backtrack beacon right there at the end. How do we do this? Pulsar asteroids. I guess we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. We don't have time for that. So maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5, 6. Maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's go up. I like up. We're not gonna have time to visit everything we want, but if we can go to the asteroid field, maybe we can visit 1 more beacon. I don't know. At the very least, we've got some known ship encounters in our future by going this way. So they're gonna try to get away. They have no way of damaging me at all, so I just need to land my shots in on them. The chain laser on their shields, and then the heavy piercing, honestly, on their piloting system. Chain laser is gonna get faster so we can fire once every 10 seconds, but I need to hit them in their piloting system to stop them from escaping. If I breach the system, they'll never escape. Good, that's the only weapon that I needed to land. Well, I needed 1 chain laser shot to land, and then the heavy piercing had to land, and it did work that way. So depower the engine so that the training personnel can, or the training on my shield personnel can happen a little bit faster. Now they have no dodge chance, so the shots are going to land. Heavy piercing can take down the shields, and then the chain laser can go to town on their engines. And then we just do a little bit of a 1-2, and they're gonna be dead. Okay, 16 scrap 2 fuel 2 missiles is nice because the fuel situation is a little bit low. I would like more fuel than 8, but we haven't been finding a lot of ships to board. It's been intruders, it's been events, it's been nothing that impressive or important really, so kind of awkward. Zoltan and Engie are just gonna hang out in the O2 room temporarily, get the med bay powered up. Don't need to send the rock people in to deal with this. The mantises can do it just fine. Yeah, Zoltan's gonna be a little bit wounded, but now he's fine. Well, I guess it's more combat training for my mantises, so there's that. One of them did reach level 2. Everyone go back to your rooms. Don't need the oxygen power to get power into the shields. Good stuff. And we still have the backup battery to use in the future. I didn't realize this was a second ion, heavy laser, plus drone. I think we attacked the ship. Yeah, I was hoping that this would in fact be a single shot laser. I think we're fine here. I don't think we'll be able to get shot at to get killed. What I'm gonna do is put the Zoltan in the engine room and just use the backup battery to keep the oxygen powered up in the future. I am just going to use the chain laser, heavy laser to hopefully kill the ship. We can damage them. It's gonna take a minute, but we can easily damage them. Actually, the beam could do damage if both lasers from the combat drone and their heavy laser land, so we do need to hit them relatively quickly. I guess we hit them in the weapons room if we can, just so that we can do a little bit of weapon damage. And if we do 1 weapon damage to them, then we won't take damage. The reason why we can't take damage is if they're both lasers hit and then their beam fires. If the ion misses, then we're fine. The ion has to land too. So their ion has to hit, both lasers have to hit, and then the beam has to fire. But their ion missed. So as mentioned, we should be safe for a second. Heavy laser missed. Okay, ion did hit, a little bit scary, but their laser missed. And now they have no weapons, so now we're safe. You know, the combat drone would have to fire very quickly, but we have a pretty good shield personnel who's gonna keep our shields powered up, so I think we're fine. Now their shields are wounded as well, so now we can miss one of the chain laser shots and still land the heavy piercing laser. And our O2 is fine. It was double powered, and in about 10 seconds we can power it up again. That's why I'm not worried about the power situation right now. Oh, I'm so glad that I actually found another gun. Just gonna put that out there. All right, they're dead. Get power situated again, and we picked up a lot of fuel and a ton of scrap, which is quite nice. Yeah, I'll double power the O2 for a second. It was getting not low, but I'd like it to be higher. 100 scrap, nothing to, no stores in the vicinity. What do? We get some crew teleporter, so we can actually beam over mantises. We can actually attack auto scouts. Excuse me. We're gonna get 2 bars of reactor power and 1 engine. Yeah, why? Because now we can have the engines fully powered, depower it once to power up the crew teleporter with the backup battery, and still have enough power for everything else. And if I want max dodge chance, I can just move the Zoltan, and he can power up the engine room. Don't necessarily like the situation that we're in right now. Like, I can go to the quest beacon, but I have to backtrack to the exit, so why not go to this beacon first, and maybe we'll fight through the rebels? I don't know. Intervene to defend the outpost, absolutely, and hey, actual combat. Nice. They have a flat gun, scary. Combat drone, kind of scary. Single shot laser, not all that scary. So, they also have no medbay, so we can actually probably kill them rather easily. Just gonna board them in the shield room, wait for one of their crew members to jump in, and then mind control him. Get power into the engines. I only put 1 power into the crew teleporter because since they have no clone bay, no med bay, our crew's gonna be fine. Our crew's not gonna die. We're gonna mind control one of them too. I wanted as much dodge chance as possible for the flak shots that went in. And luckily we just got enough misses that we're gonna be fine. Actually shot down the defense drone, unnecessary but appreciated. And they're dead. It's very nice when the crew teleporter plus mind control actually does work properly. When you have a nice situation like that, it is quite wonderful. Yeah, I might be able to hit up the quest beacon, but then I'd have to backtrack. We'll see. We shall see. Oxygen, I don't need 3rd level oxygen. 2nd is fine. I could go 1, 2, 3, exit. You know what? Let's try it. If I can pick up... where was it? If I can pick up 60 scrap, I can upgrade the... No, it's 6 engine, isn't it? To get rid of... or to get out of the ASB before it lands. I kind of still think it's worth it, even if we get hit for 3 points of damage. Let's try it. Quest, we'll go to this other beacon, we'll go to the exit. They're gonna give us 5 hull points repaired and become a store. Well, the 5 hull points repaired, even if we get hit by the ASB, means that this was worth it, I believe. We can buy a weapon like an ion stunner, a pretty decent 1 power weapon just for taking out some of the enemy shields a little bit faster. And if it lands in the shield room, it also stuns units in the shield room. So we can hit the shield room and then move our mantises in there to kill the crew while they're standing around stunned or something. The Zoltan shield bypass sounds amazing, because we have both crew teleportation and mind control. Now, we're probably not gonna find too many Zoltan ships unless we find a Zoltan sector and go to it, but I still think it's actually probably worthwhile getting. This'll still be a store and a jump, right? It'll still be a store and a jump. We'll come back, come back. Let's see what this beacon has to offer. It's just some combat. Stupid 5-shot laser again, which is kind of dumb. We can beam aboard them with a 15 second cooldown. We can bring them back as well. We do need to actually deal with this missile that's going to be coming in this. We are going to use a backup battery in a moment. Okay, depower. You go into the engine room, depower the engines, power up the crew teleporter, beam aboard the enemy weapons room. Activate the backup battery now. Get the defense drone online. Our crew will survive. They'll be fine. Hopefully we take out the missile though. Good. Okay, we took out their missile. Chain laser is about halfway charged. It's gonna take a second. Yeah, I know. We're gonna fire the chain laser. Depower it. Let's depower the shield since we got hit once and put the power into the engines temporarily. And now we beam them back. We took a couple of points of damage. Luckily the crew teleporter is still online. Good, and their laser's offline, so now we can get the... Oh God, get everyone into the frickin' drone control room, get that shit repaired. It's not gonna get repaired, I don't think. NG might be able to do it. We need to get the med bay powered up. So this is gonna be okay. We might take a couple of points of damage. Just get the defense drone online. Good, just in time. Good. Okay, so we'll be fine, we'll be fine. Took a couple of points of damage, but we healed for 5, and if we get hit by the ASB for 3, we'll still be fine. We'll still be breaking even at the very least. Okay, their shield system is now very wounded. I'm just not touching my power at all. I'm not touching anything. Okay, their missile launcher is now offline. Okay, good stuff, good stuff. We'll make it out of this. Both of the chain laser shots missed, so we're gonna have to spend just a second more killing these guys. Or this guy. 34 scrap. Okay, now we jump back to the store, upgrade our ship, and then we jump out of here. I think we buy the Zoltan shield bypass. I mean, what I could do also is maybe sell Hull Smasher laser. I don't think that's going to give me enough scrap to upgrade my engines to level 6, which I think you do need to get out of the rebel sectors without getting hit by the ASB. I would need... Actually, I think it would give me just enough. Do we really need the crew teleporter? Not with missile defense, honestly. Okay, you know what? We're gonna sell the hull laser Mark II. No, this is a weird situation. I don't really know what to do right now. I think we hold off. We do upgrade our ship, we upgrade the engines a little bit, but I think we hold off. The Hull Smasher laser is not a good weapon, but if we get to the Rebel flagship fight, we'll want another weapon. So I kind of don't want to get rid of it. We'll buy a little fuel, a little bit of repairing. Don't want anything else. We are going to upgrade the piloting system so that if we get hit there once, we are not, you know, dead in the water. We're gonna upgrade the engines. We can upgrade the engines twice. Let's upgrade the engines twice. We have a lot of backup battery power we can use if we need to. We don't have a lot of power, but we can put it into the engines if we need to. Let's try this. Let's try this. Everyone ready? Everyone ready? I should move the Zoltan into the engine room so that we have the power there. Are we gonna board them? We could. We could. It would take power. So I kind of don't want to. We can easily get out of the way of their missile just by launching the defense drone. I think we board them. We can kill them. If the chain laser and heavy piercing laser both land, we can take out their med bay. All right, you know what? Let's board them. Board them in their shield room so that they come and fight me. Mind control the guy walking in there. No, we mind control the other guy, that's fine. And we are going to have the engines powered up as much as possible. We're gonna divert power away into the shield room when the lasers start to come in. Maybe we should just shoot them in their weapons room, in fact. Like, let's get the shields powered up now, since their shots are about to come in. Okay, we did take out their burst laser, so now I can depower my shields slightly more. Their crew members are... 2 of them are gonna die, which is actually quite nice. ASB is coming in. We're not gonna be able to get out of the way, I don't think. Missiles coming in, so that means we need to get the defense drone out. We can depower a couple of things to keep the shields online. Okay, we don't need the defense drone online anymore. We can put power back into the oxygen system. And the ASB actually did miss. You can see it down there in the bottom right. Miss. So we actually have plenty of time to deal with the situation. We can kill the crew. Their med bay is offline. They have 57-33. We have 56-35. I believe that means that we can fight them and win. They are going to bomb us. Their bomb missed. Baloney! Baloney's getting the first shots on at us. We're fine. Yeah, we're fine. Okay, we get 1 fuel. Let's get the crew members back and let's jump. Make sure they finish teleporting. I don't know if that matters. And we'll jump to the Zoltan controlled sector. You know, Zoltans, I could have bought the Zoltan shield bypass. I didn't, whatever. I put power into engines and you know what? It worked. We didn't take any damage on that encounter. So I feel pretty good about my decisions so far. Get everybody repaired. 16 scrap, 3 bars of shields. The biggest problem on this run right now is our weapons. We don't have very good weapons. And the way that we deal with that is find weapons, buy weapons, or just get the Hull Laser 2 online. It's not that good, but it's okay. The fact that it can start breaches and fires is nice, but 3 shots for 3 power for like a, what was it, 16 seconds? 18? 14? 15-second charge time, it's kind of a lot. And I do need more power, by the way. We have the You know, we have the backup battery, but it only provides 2 bars of power. That's enough for the defense drone, but not enough for shields and teleport and mind control. Ooh, and they just gave us a heavy laser Mark 1. That's actually really good. Is it as good as the heavy piercing Mark 1? Let me put it this way. I would probably rather have 2 of these than 1 of those, because 2 heavy laser Mark 1s, if the enemy shields are down, will do twice as much damage. And if the enemy shields are up, it will still pierce through 1 bar of shields because the first laser would hit the shields, the second laser would then hit the ship. So having a 1 power heavy laser is actually really good. I really like the 1 power heavy lasers because they can complement basically any setup you have. This ship is not going to damage us. They have a lot of borders, I'll grant you that, but we can deal with the borders. Our Zoltan's gonna be in a little bit of a state, but he can just walk into the medbay temporarily. NG can keep the O2 system from really getting damaged too much. Yeah, Mantises are gonna be done with these Zoltans in a second, and then they can change places. There we go, you guys go in there. Gotta be firing our weapons, take down their super shield, and this will be just fine. This encounter will be easy. They have a medbay, we can easily take that out though with the chain laser heavy piercing, and then we beam a board into their medbay, and everything will work fine. No, go into the medbay, idiots. Just wait for them to get healed before I actually start shooting, just because I want them to be able to beam over instantly. Missed, so we're gonna hold off for a second. They do have a lot of Zoltan, but I can always mind control the Zoltans, so I don't really mind if they have a lot of crew. Good, that's what I wanted to happen. We board them. Yeah, you know what, let's back up battery to keep the cooldown on the teleporter down. Board them. Mind control their pilot, so they have to go deal with that. At the very least, it will damage both of these crew members so that they're easier to kill. The Zoltans, you know, they explode. They explode for a lot of damage, and in fact, our crew members are already severely wounded. So I am going to probably recover them, and rinse and repeat. In fact, we can kill this guy just like immediately. Yep, he's dead. Get the medbay powered up a little bit here. Can we kill the other Zoltan? With a couple of shots we can, but we can just board him in a second. Keep him from repairing it, and he'll be dead. Yeah, Zoltans, they explode for 15 damage, so the fact that there were 4 of them aboard the ship meant that if we killed all of their Zoltans, then we would have just taken 60 points of damage with our Mantis. That's a lot of damage per Mantis, so I had to retrieve my crew members and then get them healed up a little bit before I continued the fight, but it was just fine. Probably go into the nebula. I kind of like nebulas when you have the opportunity to, because you have a good chance of having just some free time to get some beacons in and explore too. We're going to be exploring a lot of extra beacons. If there's a store, distress signal, we'll know about it. So we had a similar situation to this before. As long as both lasers don't land, we'll be fine. So we're gonna try to board them with the Mantises. Board them in there. Let's board them in the drone room, because if we take one of their drones offline, we'll be fine. So let's see if we can't take one of their drones offline in a few seconds here. Yep, so now that they have their beam offline, as long as the ion shots misses, or the laser misses, or the drone can't fire twice very quickly, then we will be able to get through this combat without taking damage. A lot of things have to go right for them to hurt me. Their ion has to hit. Both of their lasers have to land at the same time. Basically, the combat drone has to fire, then their laser, then their combat drone again in very quick order. But we have such a good shield personnel that I don't think we're going to have to worry about that. With the beam, it would have been easier, but we've taken the beam drone offline, so we're good. Yep, beam them back. Should have about 9 HP, yep. Get the medbay powered up and keep power available so that when the shields come back online, we still have them. Now I am going to depower the medbay and not put power into the engines right now, just so that when the backup battery cooled down, I should say, we wouldn't lose power in shields or something like that. I don't want that to happen again. If I can avoid it and figure out how to avoid it properly. We could board them again, but really I just need 3 shots to land. 1, 2, 3. I could board them again in their drone control room, but it's gonna stay offline for a little bit longer. Give us a few more shots. There we go. Now we should be fine. We even started a breach, so this should be pretty easy. Only need 1 of the chain laser shots to land. I still need the heavy piercing to land. It's kind of the crux of this right now. And I am hitting them in their drone control room just so that I have a less, just so I have peace of mind, basically. There we go. We took their other drone offline. They just managed to repair it, so that's actually probably good timing on my part. But now we can go back on their shields. And now we can even fire the chain laser as well. So far this nebula has been okay. This beacon was a little bit worrisome, but we managed to make it work. 37 scrap is pretty decent. Do I buy anything? I don't think so. Our power situation's fine. We're missing 1 bar of power in order to use the teleporter, but I can always move the Zoltan into the engine room again, so I think we're okay. I might want to exit the nebula temporarily and then jump back just so that I have some better beacons to explore. But maybe I'll jump like up, down, around, back into the nebula and then explore some beacons down here. We could come across a power outage. You know, the ion storm reduces our power by half, but we have the backup battery, so we can probably get more systems online than the enemy systems, or that the enemy ship has, so I think we'll be fine. This is a bit dangerous. If their ion hits and their laser hits, their halberd can do damage for a small window. But there are only 2 Zoltans, so as soon as we can get aboard their ship, take out their medbay, it'll be very easy to kill them. What I should do is I should get the heavy laser online, spend the power for that. Their ion missed, so their beam is gonna do nothing. Might as well fire the chain laser once, just to get the charge time reduced on it. Yeah, and it 1-shot missed, so we did have to fire again. Okay, we're ready. If we can hit him in the, let's hit him in the weapons room once, just to give me peace of mind. Okay, now we have the peace of mind. We just gotta hit him once in the med bay. And now we can beam aboard and kill them very easily. And I could mind control them. There's no reason to really, except to just extend the fight, but we don't need it to do any training or anything. I could cross-train the NG on the shields slightly. Nope. We're not gonna get the experience because it was the end of combat. The game does that so that you can't just kind of cheese it and just continuously farm experience, like in an asteroid field or something. It's stupid though, because the enemy weapons can still hit you, so, you know, you should still get the experience for it. It should only stop counting for new weapons that are being fired, I think. Or just from asteroids only, and you can still get experience from dodging the weapons when they accept surrender or something like that. 100 scrap. I think we're fine for ships right now. For ship stuff. Get mind control upgraded. Could upgrade the backup battery and mind control, but I think we're fine for now. I kind of want to save scrap for the store. I could also spend money on upgrading my ship. I'm still kind of debating it a little bit. This is going to be an annoying encounter, so I'm actually going to depower the engines and keep the defense drone powered permanently. Backup battery power can go into engines, because this is going to be an annoying encounter. They have a bunch of missiles. I don't know how many crew they have aboard, but we're going to find out in a second. Yeah, let's double power the crew teleporter. And I'm gonna do it with hard power because I'm sick and tired of like my shields going down when the backup battery and the crew teleporter kind of finish at the same time. So I'm gonna do this instead, and hopefully the backup battery will just take my dodge chance down for a split second, and then I can deal with the power issues. So we're gonna board them in their piloting room just because it is a good opportunity to do a little bit of damage while we have a second. I will back up battery. Let's not back up battery anything. We'll mind control them. They probably have like 2 or 3 crew members, so yeah, there they go. So this is gonna be a little bit of a not difficult encounter, really. Our mantises might be able to kill their crew members right now. We'll have to bring them back aboard. I want to bring them back before they cloak so that I can actually make sure that they, survive. So we're going to do that right now. And since they're cloaked, let's depower the heavy piercing temporarily and power up the med bay. Yeah, just so I can get my crew members healed up. I didn't want to depower the shields or the dodge chance. We did get hit by one. We did get hit by one of those missiles as well, which is kind of unfortunate. Teleporter is still on cooldown. Beam aboard. Their crew is very wounded, so I think we'll be able to kill them very quickly here. One of the crew members is at full health, but he's not going to last too much longer. Defense drone doing good. It did also shoot, it shot down the correct missile. I would have wanted it to shoot down the one that did 3 damage versus the one that did 1 damage, so I'm happy about that. Only taking 1 damage on this fight is actually pretty good. And we actually got another hull smasher laser. That's kind of cool. Why is it cool? Because we can either use them or we can sell them. And maybe sell them and get the heavy laser online would be okay. I am gonna get one. Let's get a little bit of power, and let's get the heavy laser online. We'll keep the hull laser. Maybe we'll use that in the future. Maybe we'll sell it. I don't know. We don't need to decide now. That's a good thing about it. And at the very least, it is a good way of just doing a little bit of extra damage to the enemy ships, that heavy laser. And there's nothing here. So we're gonna jump around, go to the distress beacon, jump back into the nebula, and then head over to the exit. Participate in their study, sure. I don't know if anything bad can happen from that beacon. We do have to go up through the nebula to get to the exit anyway, so I'm happy to be wanting to make this decision. We can't get to the exit from the lower beacon, so I'm glad I checked. They have a missile launcher and a boarding drone, so activate the defense drone ASAP. They have a med bay. All right, we're gonna try to board them. Same thing that we've been doing. Mind control one of their crew members, attack the shield room. It's a one-on-one-on-one fight here, but as soon as we can take out their med bay, it should push it into our favor. And we should be able to with the heavy laser, chain laser we've got here. So let's make chain laser 1, heavy laser 2, heavy piercing 3, so I can just do 1 fire, 2 fire, 3 fire when they all get charged. I think it's easier on my brain to do it like that. Okay, chain laser, heavy laser, piercing. And we killed 2 of their crew members, just outright. And their other crew member is dead. We pick up 5 fuel, which is nice. Fuel was getting a little bit low. And we can get the shield room repaired very quickly. We didn't take any damage in the shield room. No hull damage or anything. It was just the boarding drone that our defense drone did not shoot down. But if it's gonna miss something, I'd rather it be that than the missile, because we have a lot of crew to deal with invaders right now. And that worked out quite well. I'm glad that we got the heavy laser online. It's a really good 1 power weapon to just have. 2 damage when it lands. And at the very least, it's one more laser so that the heavy piercing can move in. We will take him home because we have a full crew. We get 40 scrap. That's lovely. Do we buy anything? I don't think so. We have a lot of power. Yeah, we have enough power to go around. I don't think we need power. We can use a backup battery to get to the defense drone online or something. Rather save scrap. Maybe there's a store in this top right corner. And if there is, we can buy something. The Great Eye. We're gonna leave the Great Eye because more often than not, it seems to kill your crew. And I don't want my crew to be killed. So we're gonna ignore that. We're gonna jump beacon, store, exit, I believe. I don't think we can get all 3 beacons in at the same time, so we're not even gonna try. Maybe I could. But, maybe I could. I can still visit the store from this beacon, so let's go to the top one. It is a ship, which is good. Combat is lovely. They have a missile launcher. We're going to be using the defense drone. But let's see if we can't actually take out their weapons first. Board into their weapons room, and if we take out their missile launcher, then I don't need to use a drone part. I don't think they'll be able to, though. It's already halfway charged. Yeah. The ship disabled its ion weapon, which is probably smart. Oh, and then they put the power back into the ion weapon, making me feel like an idiot and using a drone part when they only have 1 drone part now. All 4 weapons also landed. So, you know, that might have been a little bit of a quick pull of the trigger on using the defense drone. Apparently it is unnecessary in this encounter. We only have 1 drone part left. We will need drone parts in order to actually use this defense drone reliably in the future. But them's the breaks. Guess I should have just waited another split second. Alright, keep firing in the shield room. If everything lands, this should be the end of their shields. And we'll just go to town on them. I should have focused fire on their weapon system. I'm lucky that the heavy piercing laser did land when it did take their weapon offline. We did have the defense drone already out, so I guess it doesn't matter too much. Yeah, we can't go to the store. We can't go to the beacon and then the store. The store will get overrun, so let's go to the store now. We do not have rooms for systems, but we can get something like a door system. We can get a reverse ion field. More drones might actually be pretty nice. A second defense drone is still worthwhile to pick up. I kind of want to get rid of the burst laser. 1, 2, 3. Let's get rid of the chain laser. I really don't like this as a weapon. And instead, let's get the hull laser because it's one more power, but it's 1 more laser. So we're gonna sell that. I probably can't use both of the hull smasher lasers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 power with only the first 3 weapons. I can use 2 hull smasher lasers and then 1 heavy laser in the future though. So let's maybe not sell weapons. Let's buy a little bit of fuel, 1 repair. Reverse ion field is nice, but not particularly necessary. Buy more drone parts, maybe? Buy like 2. Door system. I don't really think I need the door system. We have good combat personnel. We have a mind control system that we can use to mess with invaders if we need to. You know, if we get boarded by an ion intruder drone, that would be very annoying, but I think we'll be fine. I guess we just don't buy anything. I will upgrade the weapon slightly so I can have the hull smasher laser. It charges pretty much at the same time as the chain laser, but we'll have 1 more laser coming out on this initial barrage. And the good thing about that is that maybe we can land both of the heavy laser shots. Or at the very least, it's another laser that lets the heavy piercing do its work. And a lot of times on encounters, you just need 1 shot to land, because if you can land 1 shot, you can disable an enemy's med bay, weapons, shields, allowing you to get more shots in. We will dock with the refueling platform, wait for them to finish, and yeah, it like never works. But that's okay. It's not too bad. Get my NG in here to help with the Zoltan for a split second. Maybe mind control one of the NGs? No, just kill them. Get them healed up. The backup battery is going to be safe for a second while I get my crew members healed up. Oh, that's a Rockman, not an NG. Okay, that's different. Mantises will be fine. Get them healed up. Yeah, Zoltan's gonna get punched in the face a little bit. I just don't want them breaking the system, because that's 1 point of damage that I would rather not take if I can avoid it. They're dead. Good. NG can help with the repairs. Rockman almost did it all himself. That's okay. And we can get the oxygen powered up to level 2 to get the O2 back. Didn't mean to forget about it, but it doesn't really matter all that much. NG Homeworld. We have an NG. If we can do this encounter, that'd be really good because we get repair and titanium system casing, which is worth 40, I believe. 40 scrap if you sell it. It's a pretty decent sell. 15% chance to... I'll accept your surrender, 25 scrap. 15% chance, I believe, to negate system damage, and then the rock hull plating that we started with was 15% chance to negate hull damage, which I sold quite a while ago. Yes, accept, continue, and they will remind us what our mission is once we get there, so we don't need to worry too much about that. Quest beacon's at the end of the sector. Let's go to the distress beacon first. If I need to get rid of fuel, I'll do it. Ooh, we will leave them alone. Giant alien spiders are no joke, and they are also not worth risking my crew members on. We'll just go to the store. I need to buy fuel. So far, this sector has been pretty worthless. That's what happens when you go to green sectors. Lots of nothing. Burst laser Mark 1, 2 power for 2 shots. Pretty much the same as the chain laser, except it's faster. 1, 2, 3, I'm counting power. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We would have 5 normal laser shots to break through shields, and then 2 laser shots to do a bunch of damage with the heavy lasers. Alternatively, we can have... What's the damage potential on that? If everything lands... That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points of damage. If I use both hull lasers plus the heavy, then it's 4 possible damage with 7 shots versus 5 possible damage with 7 shots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah. Oh, leave me alone. I'm recording right now. I think it's better, honestly, to have the burst laser, actually, because, you know, if I'm thinking about this correctly, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 normal laser shots that you don't really mind going in. Then 2 laser shots going in that deal 2 damage each. That's 7 shots, and if every shot lands against a ship that has 4 bars of shields, that is 5 damage that you do. So let's sell one of the hull laser. We can use the burst laser. The good thing about this as well is that we can use this instead of like the hull laser until we get power enough to power everything up at the same time. That's a terrible idea. Why would we do that? Power level is 6 right now. We need 2 more power. We would just get 2 more power. So, all right, okay. You know what? We're gonna sell 1 hull laser, we're gonna buy 1 burst laser, and unless something else comes along our way, this is our weapon setup for the end game. It's actually not half bad. We do need a little bit more power in the weapon system. That's 190 scrap. It's kind of a lot, but we can do it. We bought all the fuel. We don't need to buy drone parts. We're just gonna use those very sparingly, hopefully. Yeah, no missiles. And even if they boarded us, I might just, you know, like take it on the chin and let them. But because they can damage me with the halberd, their other beam doesn't really bother me all that much. I'm just gonna let my weapons do the talking for me initially. Maybe hit them in the weapons room first, Yeah, their weapon firing is completely out of sync, so we'll be fine. In fact, maybe I'll just hit him in the med bay. No, let's hit him in the med bay first. Their weapon firing is out of sync. They're not going to be able to damage me. Okay, that landed. Their shields are offline, so now I'm going to fire into their weapon system. We're going to back up battery. We're going to board them in their med bay to keep it from getting repaired. We're going to mind control their pilot. And all of a sudden, it's looking quite well. And I can destroy their drone so they can't even get it repaired or oxygenated. If the oxygen runs out, I'm just going to leave the room though, so there's no worries about that. We're going to go into their O2 room, might as well. And they're going to try to get it repaired. But their other crew member is going to fight me first before it gets repaired, so he's going to die. Good. If I give them 40 scrap, 2 missiles, and 2 fuel, they will give us the NG Medibot Dispersal upgrade, which allows for passive healing aboard my ship. You know what? Normally, I don't necessarily like making that trade, and the reason is because the passive healing isn't all that good. But in our situation, it's actually not half bad because we don't have a door control system. We have no way of stopping the enemies from walking through our ship. Getting a little bit of free overtime healing might be pretty good because then we don't need to move around so much. You know what? I'm going to give him nothing. If there's ever a situation for NG Medibot Dispersal when you have a ton of crew, this is it. But because we have so much crew, because we have good Mantis combat personnel and the mind control system, I'm not going to give them anything. We could have given them 25 scrap, but you run the risk of them not returning the favor and giving you anything in return. So I feel pretty good about that. We got the reward for killing the ship anyways. I think anyways. I wasn't really paying attention. Okay, let's get everybody healed up. And looking good. I think we'll be able to make this work. And I'm not worrying about this achievement. I haven't brought it up on this episode yet, but the reason why I haven't brought it up at all and I'm not focusing on it is because it's extremely difficult to do unless you use the C-type layout of this ship. C-type layout makes this not a trivial achievement, but doable is a word for it. Instead of having to spend hundreds of hours trying to get it, you can just do it in a couple of runs, probably. 113 scrap, not going to spend any scrap yet. Just going to continue moving forward. I want to get the other weapon online, kind of is what I'm saving scrap for at this point. I will search, we find a damaged ship. Honestly, like one more good encounter and I think we can get the weapons upgraded. And honestly, I don't really want to even go to the store because I don't need anything at the store. I can't buy systems. I've kind of set up on weapons already. Securing the cache gives us something to sell. Booby trapping it gives us 2 more beacon jumps. And I'm going to do the 2 more beacon jumps. I can go to a store and come back around and visit the exit. So we are going to one store. Yeah. Hull Laser Mark II. We just sold it. Burst Laser Mark I. We don't need it. I could replace the heavy piercing with this, but I kind of like the heavy piercing because it has a chance of breaching and stunning as well. Hull missile, we have no way of getting around missile defense. You know, we don't have a hacking drone that we can use to disrupt missile defense, and we do not have the defense scrambler augment, so there's really no point in getting that. So instead, just gonna buy a couple of fuel. And we're going to just jump down here. I could have jumped to that last beacon at the bottom of the map, but I don't really want to risk not being able to do the quest. It should be a pretty good quest. I think it's the correct quest that I'm thinking of anyways. We will sell 15 missiles for 45 scrap, and we will buy more weapon power and have the burst laser online. So burst laser, hull laser, heavy piercing, in that order. Those are the weapons that we're going to be using. And the heavy lasers are in the front of our ship, I believe. Move in to rescue the ship being chased by pirates. That's fine. Yeah, the heavy lasers are in the front, so we need to fire those after the other lasers have passed the front of the ship. And since these fire multiple times, we need to wait for them to fire first. So it's going to be a little bit time-based in launching our weapons. They're going to board us with NG. As soon as they board us, I'm going to board them. I'm not even going to wait. I will mind control them, but I feel like this is fine. Well, we're going to board them in their shield room, mind control the guy in the engine room, I guess, and they're going to board us in the drone room, which is fine. I can send a couple people in there to deal with that. I mean, I can't really, but I'm going to do it anyways. We're going to see if Zoltan NG can keep them occupied. I don't need them to keep them occupied for long, just a little bit. Hit him in the weapons room with the heavy pierce. Because I figured that the heavy laser would hit the med bay since they have no pilot. That's exactly how that worked out. So their shields are going down. I could attack them in their crew teleporter, but I kind of want them to escape from me, or to bring their crew members back, because I don't want to fight them in my drone room. Luckily, I didn't even think about this, but luckily my crew did make the correct decisions about who to target. The NG is attacking the human so that he's going to survive longer, and my Zoltan is attacking the NG so he can survive longer. And as a result, I should be able to just kind of recover my crew, send them in here to help. Yep, they're gonna get scared and run, and then I can send my crew into the medbay to get healed up. They're gonna try to get their ship repaired, but it's on fire and you are low on health, you don't have a med bay. This is gonna be an easy encounter. They have no weapons anymore. The fires is just gonna kill them. I could just wait. That's the evil thing to do. And I guess we're being evil on this run. We did in fact just destroy a colony of settlers with a firebomb earlier. Oh, you're so screwed. It's in the shield room. Oh, you can't stand in there. Oh, it's in the... Oh, he left. He's like, I'm gonna save myself. I'm gonna run. And he did. I think that was actually just like the AI seeing someone stand in the room and it's like, hey, I should teleport them or do something with them. Yeah, hull laser that guy. He's dead and he's gonna walk through the fire and the flames. Sorry. All right, we got a reward for saving them. 40 some odd scrap is pretty nice. 60 scrap. Probably get some power. Power's kind of low on the ship. You know what? Let's get the backup battery. With the backup battery upgraded, I can put the power into the engines and use the engine hard power in my other systems. Buy fuel? It's not necessary, I don't think. I think we're fine on fuel. We only have one more sector, and as long as I pick up a couple of units of fuel, I think we'll make it through. Unfortunately, I didn't mention this, but we did not get the NG Homeworld Special Beacon quest line, so we are not going to be able to pick up the titanium system casing. They're going to board us in the crew teleporter. Is lovely for me. We are going to... probably going to use a defense drone, but we're going to wait a second. Yeah, we're going to use a defense drone. I don't want to get hit by missiles. If I use a drone part, I use a drone part. Just, oh, you know what? You shot it down. You shot it down with your body, but you know, I appreciate that nonetheless. So we're gonna go heavy on their weapon system now. And we hit with one weapon. Well, that's kind of terrible because it means that we are not gonna be able to actually take out their missile launcher before it fires again. God dang it. 45% dodge chance, not good enough. Hit us in the O2 room, that's okay. I'm gonna keep the NG in there for a minute because it is reliable intelligence to have. There we go, that's a little bit better. They're attacking us in the oxygen room, so I need to get my mantises in there. But we should be able to kill them all right now. Putting out the fire. As soon as these guys are dead, I'll just beam aboard. Let's fire the hull laser at their med bay. Breach it, fire the burst laser and destroyed it. Good. Mantises, get healed up. I need you ASAP to go down there and kill the last 2 remaining crew members that they have. Stop them. They did stop them from getting the repair out, so this is going to be an easy finish. I wanted to kill the crew. All right, we get an ion charger weapon. That is going to be sold. No one else took any damage. We got hit for 1 point of damage in the oxygen room thanks to a missile because it shot down our defense drone on the first go, but that's okay. It didn't even use the backup battery at all. I mean, why did I get it if I'm not going to use it? Rock controlled, because we need as much combat as possible. We are strong against people. And I need as much scrap as possible to get the shields upgraded and power upgraded throughout the ship. Oh, I hate this encounter, but let's go through with it. Pay the rock debt. We don't get anything out of it. I hate that encounter because it's just a waste of time. You know, I don't know. The distress beacon is coming from a civilian ship. It appears it is being chased by a pirate. Now, we could fire a warning shot, which will prevent the pirate from destroying the civilian, but we won't get double-dipped rewards. We will just get a little bit of payout from the pirate without having to fight them. I think it might be better to actually aid the civilian ship, because then we'll be able to double-dip. Is that the right option here? I'm gonna look. Just look for a second. Yeah. I think we fight the ship because it looks like if you do this, it you don't get any double dipped rewards and you don't get anything special. So I'm just gonna aid the civilian ship. Now, they do have a 5-shot laser. That's a little bit worrisome, but I also have a lot of lasers myself, in case you didn't notice. I think we'll be fine. They're gonna board us. We're gonna just deal with their invaders. They have no med bay or clone bay. Should be easy. In the shield room, should be easy, because they're just going to focus on the Rockman for a second. Good. Enough landed that we took out all of their weapons, except for 1 single-shot laser, but the room's on fire, and it might just be destroyed here in a second. They wisely decided to leave. The crew is getting wounded, and they have no way of actually, addressing that. I'm going to mind control one of their crew members. I should have done that when the room was on fire. I forgot. But we'll be fine anyways. Mind-controlled Rockman's gonna die in a second. We don't need to worry about the backup battery either. They have no missiles or anything like that. We can just kind of do our own thing. This guy's at full health. He's not gonna last very long. I don't know what you're thinking, boarding over my ship. They have a really high-powered teleporter because it's coming back online extremely quickly. All right, we're gonna board them now. Board them in the piloting room. All of their crew members are at super low health. And I'm just going to pull up my chair and take a moment. Good stuff. 68 scrap plus a halberd beam. Now this is interesting. This is an interesting course of action here. Interesting decision that needs to be made. We could use the hull laser Mark II, the burst laser, and the halberd beam. I don't think that's wise. Not the burst laser Mark II, the burst laser Mark I. Because that's 3 power, 3 power, 2 power. That's 8 power. The halberd beam is good, but if a lot of our lasers miss, we won't be able to do damage, but if a lot of our lasers miss anyways, we won't be able to do damage. I think we stick with the lasers. They've been working out well for us so far. 5 shots go in, take down the shields, and then the heavy lasers can do in and do a lot of damage on 1 room. Halberd beam is more spread out damage, so like in this situation where we need to take out their 5-shot laser, we wouldn't be able to do that with the halberd beam alone. Unless some of the first barrage shots land, like the burst laser 1, hull laser 2.